G'day! Today we're going to show you how quick and easy it is to install Earthwool insulation into the walls of your home. Excuse me, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm installing? What do you think I'm doing?
Installing. But I have to finish the intro. I haven't even done that yet.
Oh, come on. No one wants to hear all that stuff. Just get on with the DIY part.
People need to know that having Earthwool in their walls will help their home to stay warm in winter and cool in summer.
Yeah, making your home more comfortable and reducing your energy use from heating and air conditioning. Enough! Come on, let's get on with it.
Work with me here. All around the world, new homes are being designed to be more energy efficient to maximise the health, safety and well-being of occupants.
He's talking about the people who live there.
And built using more sustainable materials.
Look folks, Earthwool ticks all the boxes. It's got super high thermal performance, absorbs sound, is made using recycled glass bottles and has set a new benchmark in sustainability across Europe and the United States.
And it's super soft and won't catch on fire.
The natural brown colour represents a level of sustainability and handling never before achieved with glass wool insulation.
Yeah, and importantly, Earthwool is formaldehyde free, which is what health and safety conscious homes are asking for. Do your own research.
We call it peace of mind. And Knauf is so confident with the quality of Earthwool that it comes with a 50-year warranty, even in our tough Australian and New Zealand conditions.
Knauf?
Knauf, the best investment for reducing power bills and increasing comfort.
It makes you wonder though, why so many older houses didn't have insulation in the walls, because it's so cheap and quick to install when you're setting up the frames.
Yeah. Well, wall insulation typically costs less than 1% of the total cost of the home, yet once installed, saves energy for the life of your home and is maintenance free.
Agreed. And with around 30% of heat gain coming through the walls in summer and heat loss in winter, the cost of insulation pays for itself in just a few years.
And then it keeps on paying.
So it's a no-brainer in terms of investment. But I want to show you how easy it is for DIY installation or for your builder before plasterboard. But first, can we talk about wall types?
Sure. The outside wall and the inside walls of your home serve different purposes.
The outside walls keep out moisture, the elements and noise, and should be fire resistant.
While the inside walls should separate rooms for privacy, as sound transmission can be a big challenge.
The good news is Earthwool absorbs outdoor sounds like traffic or planes.
While blocking the indoor sounds from other rooms.
Like those whinging relatives.
And snoring. With energy costs on the rise, many designers are adding wall insulation to internal walls so that air conditioning can operate in different compartments and be more efficient.
So it's best practice to install insulation in both the external walls and internal walls.
Can we start now?
Sure. But not without a bit of planning and design. Generally speaking, wall insulation in Australia and New Zealand is made to match the thickness of common timber and steel frames, usually 75, 90 or 140 mm in thickness.
The thicker the frame, the better your thermal and acoustic rating can be. However, Earthwool insulation can be made denser for thinner wall frames to increase performance. Like with this insulation that's been made especially for acoustic partitions.
So if your walls are only 75 mm, you can upgrade from R1.5 to the denser R2, but all within the same wall thickness.
In 90 mm, you have the choice of R2, R2.5, or even the ultra performance of R2.7.
Oh yeah? Well, some modern homes are built using a 140 mm frame, which can have an R3.2 added.
Whoa, now that's one high-performing, energy-saving soundproofing solution.
Tell me about it. So with these options, it's not that hard to achieve a 6-star standard and beyond.
But before buying your insulation, check the spacing of your wall studs. Generally in Australia and New Zealand, wall studs are spaced at 450 mm or 600 mm centres. For timber, this means you use either 430 mm or 580 mm to take account of the thickness of the stud.
For steel frame, use 450 or 600 mm so it fits in the channel of the steel stud. So once we know the width, all you got to do is work out the total square metres you need to cover so you can go and buy your Earthwool.
Sweet! Can we do the demo?
No! Sure.
Finally! So we're now going to show you how to install insulation in both an external timber frame and an internal steel frame. In all framed construction, it's good practice to have an external wall wrap on the outside of the frame.
Wall wraps can reflect heat and can minimise air movement to enhance performance. They also assist with keeping insulation in place. Depending on your location, a wall wrap should either be a breathable or a vapour control layer. If you're unsure, ask a local architect.
What about in older homes?
Good question. Well, if you're upgrading with added insulation in the walls, it's not always possible to install a wrap. But don't worry, after you've taken off the plasterboard, you can choose a more rigid, high-density product like a R2.5 or R2.7 that will friction fit between the studs and hold in place, even without a wrap. And if possible, use string on the frame to keep the insulation off the external wall, maintaining the cavity space like this.
You did that well.
Thanks.
I see you brought the Earthwool.
I wouldn't use anything else.
Let's get on with it then. But watch out when you open the packs, because Earthwool has more insulation in a pack than other products due to its patented compression technology, saving you handling time. In fact, you get up to 55% more Earthwool in a single pack. When installing, energise each piece by giving it a light shake and gently bouncing it on its side, ensuring the product expands to the thickness specified on the label. See how easy it is to friction fit the product between the wall studs. Make sure you do not have any gaps, as this can compromise thermal and acoustic performance. The flexible edges of Earthwool knit to the side of the frame to make filling gaps easier. If there's any small areas, then just cut a piece of insulation to fit, and the same around electrical fittings and plumbing. And before installing plasterboard, make sure the insulation is not protruding beyond the line of the studs. If you are not installing plasterboard until the next day, you're not using a wall wrap or have a wider frame, then it's recommended to string the bats in place like this.
Now, Earthwool is available in both rolls and bats, and our R2 Handy Roll is a fantastic multi-purpose product.
That's right, just cut the roll to the height of the wall and secure in place. Now, let's try the internal walls. It's that easy, and we're done. Thanks for watching.
Sorry, we've got to do the wrap-up bit.
Here we go again.
So, in summary, Earthwool makes wall insulation quick, clean and easy. The compression packaging reduces handling, and the softness compared to traditional fiberglass makes installation easier. But we still recommend gloves and eye protection during installation. One of the best features of Earthwool is that it will not catch fire and actually provides additional protection in the event of fire. Earthwool is also made without added colours or formaldehyde, and therefore contributes to better indoor air quality.
That's all great, but Earthwool wall insulation from Knauf saves you energy, which saves you money. It makes your home comfortable, quieter and safer. It's super easy to install and it's there for the life of the building. And that's more than I can say about you.
Knauf.
Happy installing! Earthwool Handy Rolls, available only at Bunnings.